A pleasant day to everyone, especially to our professor, Dr. Claire Macabalang. I am Glenna Joy Fronda, and today I am going to discuss about managing conflicts, specifically knowing when to get involved and managing emotions. Why do we manage conflict? Workplace conflicts are disagreements that come out of differences in needs, values, and interests between people working together. Because no two people are exactly alike, differences like these are a fact of life. The good news is that when supervisors manage conflict effectively, the result is increased productivity and engagement and better decisions and outcomes. The issues resulting in a conflict must be controlled at the right time to prevent the eruption of a big fight. Conflict management plays an important role everywhere, at workplaces, and even in our personal lives. Fighting never makes anyone happy and actually makes one's life miserable. Mastering conflict management skills. Mastering conflict management skills will allow you to deal with conflict in a way that improves relationships, solves problems, and supports everyone's success in their work. The following steps will help you manage conflict more effectively. First, knowing when to get involved. Second, managing emotions. Third, building trust. And fourth, seeking solutions. In knowing when to get involved, the skills to be developed are providing feedback and coaching and managing performance. In managing emotions, practice delayed response and using of non-reactive statements. In building trust, practice reflective listening and building rapport, while in seeking solutions, unpacking the conflict and finding common ground. Today, I am going to discuss about knowing when to get involved and managing emotions. Know when to get involved. When a member of your team or department is involved in a conflict at work, your role as a supervisor is to provide feedback and coaching to help them develop and use effective conflict management skills. In many cases, you may not be directly involved, but your support will be important in helping the person manage the situation effectively. Conflict resolution is a key skill leaders can bring to the workplace, both to help settle differences between others and to end disputes they themselves may be involved with. At the end of the day, many misunderstandings stem from miscommunication and value clashes, which is something that can be addressed and resolved. Perhaps not to the point where everyone is satisfied, but at least so that everyone can get on with their everyday work. When to get involved? Get involved when? First, the conflict is interrupting you or your team's work. Second, the conflict is disruptive and counterproductive. In the workplace, conflict hinders work performance because people refuse to speak to each other or they don't have civilized conversations. Disruptive conflict between two people can bring down the morale of an entire department, thereby reducing productivity and efficiency. And third, one or more of your direct reports' behavior is inconsistent with expectations for how they are to get their work done. What are your roles? Your role is to, first, ensure that others feel valued and respected regardless of their background. Valuing employees in the workplace has been proven by numerous studies to create fantastic results. Employees who feel valued have increased motivation in the workplace, greater commitment, and show greater levels of innovation. Second, coach others to find a productive way forward. Coaching gives the individual an opportunity to define their career goals in a realistic way. With the assistance of a coach, they can set these goals then actively work towards them. This will increase the likelihood that the goals will be achieved. Third, create and strengthen meaningful collaboration and teamwork. Collaboration in the workplace is a sign of effective team as it harnesses the best out of two or more individuals together. Efficiency is an essential part of a team and an important aspect of the workplace. Conflicts are part of the workplace, but they do not need to be destructive. Knowing when to get involved and being well prepared are key to ensuring everyone gets their way. The culture on your team will reflect the behaviors that are tolerated. Difficult and problematic behavior that is not addressed will set the tone and affect others. As a supervisor, it is your role to address such behavior through setting clear expectations for what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. Addressing unacceptable behavior is an important part of managing performance. What are the next steps? First, provide feedback and coaching. Feedback is a vital part of any leader's skill set. Project managers, team leaders, teachers, and coaches develop this skill over the course of their careers. Not just giving feedback but also receiving it is essential for efficiently sharing information within teams and groups. In providing feedback and coaching, it is important to ensure that others receive timely, actionable, and constructive feedback and coaching so they are aware of the impact they have on others. Next, it is also important to help others respond to unexpected problems with flexibility and resourcefulness so they can approach the conflict in a productive way. Then, be specific about behaviors and explain why a behavior was effective or ineffective, and help the person understand the situation, their behavior, and the impact of their behavior. Next is effectively manage performance. Managing performance is essential to workplace success, but many teams need a strategy that goes beyond basic evaluations. Performance management incorporates a complete system of goals, reflections, and rewards that encourages team members to do their best work. As a supervisor, you have to provide clear performance expectations, including expectations for how they work with others to achieve results. Then, address performance problems right away. This includes behaviors and expectations related to how the work gets done. You can accomplish this through check-ins. Check-ins are regular discussions that happen throughout the year. And now, let us discuss about managing emotions. When facing a conflict, it is normal to feel angry, frustrated, and stressed out. Managing these negative feelings allows you to focus on the situation in a productive way and to avoid doing and saying things that make the conflict worse. Reacting out of anger and frustrations is not likely to resolve anything. Emotions are part of being human. They are proof that we're experiencing the richness and complexities life has to offer. So, it's normal that they come with us to work, especially where expectations run high and resources low. At the same time, the workplace is a professional setting and not all emotions or expressions of them are appropriate. Whether you're an employee or a supervisor, it's important to understand how to manage emotions in the workplace. How do I start? When facing a conflict, don't respond to someone by confronting them out of anger, whether by email or in person, for it will only make the conflict worse. And don't take things personally. Don't assume other people's responses are about you. Instead, calm down to respond more productively. Set boundaries and limits and be clear about what you will and will not do. Then, pay attention to people, issues, and situations that can be emotionally difficult. What are the techniques for staying calm and productive during conflict? First, delayed response. When a conflict catches you by surprise or you're angry at someone, pause and think about the situation before responding. You have to pause, maintain composure, and step back emotionally. You have to be aware of your own thoughts and feelings, sense your physical response, control your body language. This includes posture, breathing, facial expression, and gestures, and consciously change your energy level. Delaying response does not mean avoiding or ignoring the conflict. It just means taking a break so that people are better able to listen to one another. Next is manage the moment. You have to pay attention to your physical space, Notice where you are by looking at the room. Make an effort to feel the floor beneath your feet and listen to sounds in the room and notice the light source and people around you. Then, notice the person, and these include clothing, posture, face, tone of voice, and communication style. And once you have done these 3 steps, then respond. If you don't need to respond in the moment, take a few hours or even a day or 2 to consider the situation and the most productive way forward. Second, use non-reactive statements. Non-reactive statements help you to calm down anger and frustration and focus on handling the situation productively. You have to rephrase your script. The way you communicate can radically affect how reactive you are. In mastering these 2 specific techniques, these will surely help you manage your emotions and approach the conflict more productively. And that concludes my report. Thank you for listening and keep safe.